everybody, Z Garcia here, and today I'm taking a look at La Habana, which is a remake, or a reprint, I should say, of a game that came out some time ago, just called Havana. And in this one, you are going to be trying to collect building resources, trying to build the buildings in the center of the table, and racing to a certain number of victory points based on the number of players. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like on the table, give you an idea of what's going on in it. We'll come on back, I'll tell you what I think of it. Here we're taking a look at the game for 3 players, a turn or two already into progress, so that I can show you what is going on in the game. Every round in this game is going to be made up of 4 phases: initiative phase, the construction phase, then there is a replenishment phase in which we'll replenish this, and then switching out a card as the final phase of the game. And we continue taking rounds during those 4 phases until someone has the requisite number of victory points. As soon as they get that number of victory points, the game is immediately over and we have a winner. Every player is going to have a hand of cards that looks like this, that has abilities and a number in the top, and everyone has an identical deck with whatever their chosen color is on the back of the deck, okay? And everybody has, again, already into play here, 2 cards in front of them, as well as some pesos, possibly some workers, and possibly some resources, which are made up of debris, which is the gray blocks, and then the other ones are various building materials. There's this display here in the middle that I will talk about in 1 second, and the players are generally speaking trying to collect building materials, money, and workers, and construct these things with whatever they require at the bottom to get that many victory points at the top. The very first thing, like I said, is the initiative phase, in which we are going to check everyone's number made up of 2 digits for the 2 cards I have in front of them, with always putting the lower digits in front, and whoever has the lowest value is going to be the starting player. So 24 will go first, followed by 29, followed by 57, all right? And so this player is now going to do their construction and actions phase of the game, in which they get to trigger their 2 cards in whatever order they want to, and then after that, if they can build something, they are allowed to. So over here, we've got the Mendigo here. It lets you get 1 peso. So we'll take 1 peso from the supply. And then Obreros here, which is workers. You get, if you are the first person to activate this, you get 2 workers there. And now, looking at what you've got, you can see if you can build anything. So the things available for you to build are the outer cards on these 2 rows. So anybody right now on their turn could build this card or this one, or this card, or this one. And you'll see the requirements, sometimes in pesos, in building materials, sometimes with this symbol here, in a specific card, an architect that you must have in front of you, who has that symbol. And so this player is not going to build anything right now. They are done. It'll go to the next player, which is 29 over here. You are allowed to, by the way, give up 5 pesos for 1 worker if you are missing that, and you are allowed to give up 5 debris for 1 specific building material, which are the other colors. So we go to 29, they have the same Mendigo, they get 1 peso here, and then they have the Mama here, which is going to let you take resources from this central card where things kind of build up until the players take it. This lets you get half the debris and half the building materials that are just sitting there, rounding down both times. There's a single debris, you won't get that. And there are 5 building materials, so Mama here is going to get you 2 of those. I am going to take 1 of these green ones, and I am going to take the white one, like so. And now I can build things. And again, if I can build multiple things, then I can do that. I can definitely build this one, so I'm going to spend this brick. It's going to go out of here, and then I take that, flip it over, and I have built that for 1 victory point. Having done that, I'll put that somewhere. This one becomes available, right? And if ever one of these lines is down to only 2 cards, let's say somebody later builds this one, someone builds that one, and then a player builds this one, immediately you're going to spread these 2 here and fill in between them with cards from the stack that are not yet being used, so that you can always have the 4 options available to you. Once we have all the players have gone, then we are going to go to the next phase, which is the supply phase, in which we are going to grab the bag here. We're going to shake this up. We're going to bring out 3 new things, and they go on the card here, and then 3 more pesos that go there. And then lastly, all the players are going to replace a card in front of them. So everyone is going to grab their hand of cards, secretly looking at these, pick one of the ones they want to get rid of, remove that one, and then grab whichever one they want of these and put it face down in front of them. They don't tell the other players what it is yet, or whether it's higher or lower, but everyone will do this. And the order you do it in is actually the order that you just went in. So it'll be 24, 29, 57. They have to do it in that order. This player needs to discard one of these 2, then this player, and then this player. With that done, then everybody reveals and organizes the 2 cards to get the lower number possible. So 59 for me over here. And we do it again, checking who's got the lowest 2-digit number and taking turns. The lowest number, which is the 0 here, siesta, is literally nothing, but it is a 0. It's the only way in which you get a very, very low number. Like these 2 would just be 7. You're probably going to go first with the 0, but it does absolutely nothing. To a 1, the 1 here protects you from having things stolen from you, which you'll see in 1 second. There is a 2 here that lets you discard one of the edge cards over here, get it out of there so that you can open up a space to see something else. We've got this one over here, which is a beggar. It gets you a single peso. Then we've got 2 3s. This one here, I misexplained that actually. This is the one that lets you break one of these cards and throw it away. This one lets you recycle a card without looking in the trash and then drawing a new one. That's what that is. We've got another 3 over here, which is going to get you all of the escombros here, all of the rubble on the card there. You get all of that. We've got 2 4s. This one gets you workers. 2 if you're the first person to trigger this. And this is the architect, gets you a worker, but also you might need the architect for some of these cards. Any of them that have the symbol, you're going to need that card in front of you. We've got this thief here that's going to steal from you. We've got this one is going to steal resources instead of money. 1 resource from somebody after you, or 2 resources if they have 4 or more. We've got this one here, the contraband, lets you take some things out of the bag. And then the impresario here gets you half the money sitting out on this card, rounded down, and the mama half the goods sitting out there on the card. There you go. That's the game. Race to a certain number of victory points. For 3 players, I believe it's 20 victory points, and whoever has the most is the winner. This game has always reminded me a little bit of Citadels, which is a classic game with role selection. And so this one has a little bit of that same idea, in which you have a character in front of you, in this case 2 characters, and they do something. Now, much like Citadels itself, this game also has a little bit of a mean streak to it, and that's something you need to know before you decide to play or get a copy of this one. The game can be very mean. It's very confrontational. There will be stealing of things from other people. There will be that feeling of kind of like wheeling and dealing of, oh no, you swiped that out from underneath me. So be aware of that. If you are someone who is very much allergic to that kind of interaction, you will not like this game. If you are feeling combative and you don't think you'd mind, then this is a good way to do it. I do like mechanically what's going on here. I always have. I used to have a copy of the original game, which I very much enjoyed. And I think compared to that edition, there's parts of this I like better and parts I like less, but this is ultimately a better edition of that game. That printing, Habana, was much larger than this box. It was a big sort of Ticket to Ride size box, just thinner. And it did not need to be that big. This one has a little, they've tweaked some of the characters to be slightly less mean, and I think that was a good move. And the artwork, I like the original artwork more than I like this one, but this one is very distinct. It has its own vibe. It looks like nothing else that's out there right now when it comes to board games. And I think that's cool. It feels like its own thing, and I enjoy that look. I don't like the artwork sort of in a vacuum very much, but I think it fits this game incredibly well. So it is one I would recommend, again, if you like that confrontation, you want a little bit of that bluffing when you replace a character, and that race feeling, that tension as you get closer to 20 or 25 prestige points, whatever you need, makes for a really interesting game. Turn order is incredibly important towards the end of the game, because as soon as anybody gets it, that's it. So, pretty neat stuff. This is a little bit of a critical darling, in my opinion, but that one that's flown under the radar. You know, it's one of those games that would go into that bucket, the Citadel's bucket, that kind of thing, but did not get the attention that I think it should have gotten some time ago. It's by no means that good, in my opinion. I like Citadel's quite a bit, but it is another one that should be in the conversation. So if you're looking for something like that, give this one a try. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. I think it's good. I certainly recommend it if you are in that group. And I'm glad it's back in print, honestly, in an affordable box, in a portable box, and with a really neat, interesting look to boot. So there you go, 7 out of 10 for La Habana. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. My name is Zeke Garcia. I'll see you on the next one.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. And you can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you, and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel.